What's up, everybody? It's your boy Lance, and this is Rantz with Lance. I know it rhymes, but I could not think of anything else that would stick inside of your mind. Fuck, that rhyme too. If you stumbled upon this podcast is more or less about skateboarding, pop culture, art, and whatever else tickles your fancy. I'm going to try to stay structured, but just keep in mind your boy got a little bit of ADHD, just a little splash, little drizzle on there to keep things interesting. So we're gonna get right into it. My name's Lance. Real government name is Lawrence. I am not from San Antonio, Texas. I was actually born in Kansas, and I went from Kansas to Illinois to Virginia to Florida to Georgia to Copper's Cove, Texas, which is where I started skateboarding. And to this day, there is still no skate park out there. One Walmart, I believe still one high school, a couple McDonald's. But the very next town over, Killeen, shout out Condor Boys, Killeen, Texas, built a skate park out there sometime in the mid-2000s. I forget the exact date. So, after spending a few years in the streets, hit up our first park, really started to figure everything out there. And before I know it, boom, I'm in San Antonio learning how to carve bowls. And I haven't left since. San Antonio is probably one of the best cities I've ever lived in. And I've moved over 35 times, and I've lived in 6 different states. So I feel that this has probably been the most solid spot. And speaking of San Antonio, community alert. This nigga can't afford sound effects. Let me start over. One thing I want to bring to everybody's attention is I feel that San Antonio has the potential to be a skate mecca. Not necessarily like to a state level, but I feel like San Antonio should be brought up in the conversation when you're talking about Texas skateboarding, period. We got Houston, we got Dallas, and then there should be, Austin. Sorry, Austin. Can't forget Austin. And then San Antonio should be right there. I've seen some of the best skateboarding by some of the best skateboarders over, in this last 20 or so years. And there's one thing I noticed. This is all opinion. None of this is facts. But, if you feel that it's true, then it might be true. I feel like a lot of us work against each other and not with each other. And if, we could just throw more events that benefit other people than ourselves, then it helps our city grow, and it helps the light shine in our city, and people want to come to San Antonio. They want to check out the spots. They want to be involved in the events that we throw down here because San Antonio puts on for their people. So it's just a little rant. I would love to work with some of the other companies here. There's a lot of great skater-owned brands here in San Antonio, Texas that have been around for a while. Like Golf, shout out Golf Skateboards, shout out Days, shout out, I'm the owner of Ugly, so I gotta shout myself out. Deli Skate Shop, they started off as GSA, back in the day. They've done pretty much the most for the city, and they continue to grind out to this day. Then, I ride for Insanity Board Shop, so I gotta shout them out. Like just the things that the shops are doing are great, but over the years and years we have less brands, less shops, and there's one thing I've noticed, a continuing trend is just that it's everybody for themselves. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. Everybody has their own goals and their own lives, their own challenges, their own jobs. It is what it is, but I just want to see the homies more, and I want to see everybody eat. Let's eat together. Let's make a big ass table and just eat some good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's enough about that. And I guess more or less a little bit about me before I get out of here on this short pilot episode. Like I said, I come from Copper's Cove, Texas. I was 17 when I first started skateboarding, 300 pounds. Had to get my first job to start skating, second job. But it was the first job I got with the intent to buy a skateboard. My mom ain't never bought me no board. And it is what it is. Single mom, we barely making it, sleeping in a hotel, sleeping in back of a barbershop, pawning the stereo just to eat that night. This is how I grew up. So everybody's different, and it's important to me that I pour a little bit of that into Ugly Skateboards and keep the shit affordable, keep the quality high, because there was guys like myself who have 4 different wheels with 8 different bearings and some Walmart hardware and whatever trucks, some Phantom 2s and half a Phantom, half a Venture. You're riding your Enjoy deck that's 3 sizes too small for you, and you did what you did to skate. So that is my thing. As long as I ride a skateboard, I'm always going to find a way to give back to people, whether I have a business or not, because we need each other, man. You got to help the homies out. Who else is? Ain't nobody going to care about a skateboarder the way a skateboarder does. So that's enough about me. And shoot, man, I really would like to get, whoever's listening to this, give me some topics. What do you guys want to hear about? What do you want to talk about? Anything that I want to talk about, I want to make sure I'm well versed in. So if you give me a subject and, give me a couple of weeks to do some research, man. I'm not going to come in here and just be like, yeah, Israel. So, chime in, guys. I'm just one dude, and I just want to share the gift of the gab and laugh with my friends and put stuff out there and just keep creating. And I think it's important that you go out there and try to create too, man. You only have one life. We're not guaranteed that we wake up tomorrow. So if it's healthy for you, why not? That's the theme of this episode. Why not? Go out there and give it a try, man. I used to, I worked in the food industry for 15 years. And, now I work maintenance, and now, I'm certified. I should be a lead or assistant lead here soon, as well as I own a company, as well as I'm a husband, as well as I'm a father, and I'm still in my car recording a podcast before I go pick up my son. Why not, man? I know everybody's different, but just get out there and give it a try. Maybe you'll like it. You get your feet wet a little bit. You're like, I'm going to keep going. Then you're going to keep going, and then you're going to keep going. And I hope it grows into something beautiful. And if it doesn't work out the way you want it to, at least you can say you tried. So don't forget it. If it's good for you, you can see yourself flourishing, why not? All right, with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this little rant, this little pilot episode. And I'm going to go upstairs and wash my butt so I can pick my son up. Later, y'all.